he once told me about, he said, and I've used this several times, if recovery is a journey from London to Manchester, then treatment is the taxi ride to the station. And so treatment, you know, and I wrote a piece ages ago on an old blog that I had called The Good Consultant, I think. And I took that concept and I actually spoke to some people in treatment, and what I came up with was the taxi ride to the station has become a proxy for the journey. And so you get these taxi drivers who convince people to get in the taxi and they take them to the station, and that's treatment. But then you get out of treatment and you're on the platform of the station, but you don't know which train to get on to continue your onward journey. And so you live on the station platform for a little while, and you know, you eat out of the fast food restaurants that are there, the McDonald's and the Costas and what have you. And you know, maybe you get a bit desperate and even look in the bins, but eventually you think, stuff this, and you go back to where you came from. And then the taxi driver finds you again and convinces you to get in the cab and takes you to the station once more. And what we realize is eventually it becomes a kind of a cycle, and the taxi drivers, because treatment is just paying for more and more taxi journeys, eventually the taxi drivers say, look, it's not worth you getting out to go to the station and then surviving for a few days and then going back and then I come and find you. Just stay in the taxi. And so what we have is taxis parked up with the meter running and drug users just living in the taxi, and the taxi driver just gets them whatever they want. And I mean, I ended up, some people in treatment were really offended by what I was saying, but I was trying to say that the taxi to the station has become the proxy for the recovery journey. Treatment, this is the next logical extension, and I've got pilloried for it, but the treatment has become, if you stay in treatment long enough, it will erode any ability to initiate recovery. So treatment itself has become a problem, because for some people they end up getting stuck in treatment in the same way that they were stuck in a cycle of addiction and crime, but it's the state paying for them to sit in a parked taxi in treatment on methadone. And what we need is, rather than, methadone has its place. You need to get to the platform, and then when you're on the platform, we need people on the platform who can help you to decide which train to get on, and maybe even get on the train with you. And stay on for a few stops or for some of the journey, and connect you with other people that are on that journey. And that way, methadone and the clinical component of treatment, which is important, is crucial in buying time and buying that window of opportunity for people to decide what to do next. That gets its rightful place. It doesn't get overblown into the be all and end all, because the other term that we used at the time, it was like a motorway into a car park. We had all these targets about, finding people and initiating, methadone maintenance with them and all the rest of it. But then nothing happened. They ended up sitting in a car park waiting for recovery that never came. They were just constantly in treatment.